local boxing gym under investigation on child abuse allegations. 11 Investigates looks into this and spoke to the co-owner of the gym. County commissioners appoint Dave Blythe as the next leader of the Lucas County Canine Care and Control. This comes just months after the previous director was fired. Why they feel he's the best person for the job. Chris?
Here's the big thing we're going to be facing on Friday. Dan, it is going to turn much warmer, but also windy. Highs are going to jump back into the mid-50s. Winds, though, will be gusting at times up to 40 to 45 miles per hour. Then a much colder weekend will follow. We'll detail all that coming up in just a few moments. Dan, back over to you.
Welcome into WTOL 11 News on Plus. I'm Dan Cummins. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday night. Now let's take a look at our top stories. A local boxing gym is at the center of a child abuse investigation. Police told 11 Investigates it's opened the case after someone filed a police report alleging past abuse. Multiple people online say they've filed reports of child abuse at Soul City Boxing in Toledo, but TPD says it's just one police report. Allegations of child abuse are confidential and protected records under Ohio records law, so police can't provide a date of this alleged abuse or details on the suspect or alleged victim. Co-owner of the gym, Rashawn Jones, says he chose to close the gym because he and his employees had been harassed and threatened online. A police report filed by Jones on Friday states that he and the gym were being threatened online after his sister, Ocean Jones, ran away from home. A man was found guilty by a jury for shooting and killing a 34-year-old man last year. According to court documents, 30-year-old DeAndre Koontz was found guilty on 2 counts of murder and 1 count of felonious assault yesterday. Caprice Arnett was shot and killed in March of last year. Court records stated Koontz purposely shot Arnett during a physical altercation. Koontz is scheduled to be sentenced next month. Well, there will be a familiar face in charge when Lucas County opens its Canine Care and Control facility this summer. Dave Blythe was deputy dog warden from '81 to 2008. He's been named as the new director of LC4. He'll oversee the opening of the new $35 million facility on Monroe Street. That opening is expected in July. Lucas County's been searching for a new director since Kelly Sears was fired in September over leadership issues. Blythe has a degree in law enforcement and has held multiple roles with local labor unions. He has the experience the commissioners were seeking for the new era.
Dave Blythe will be a really strong hire as our new Canine Care and Control Director. We know Dave. Some of the staff still know him. He worked there for 20-some years. He was both a deputy dog warden, he was a union steward, he has good relationships, he knows how the place works, and he knows that we have a new building that he would like to lead us into. So he has a degree, he has experience, and he's connected to the county historically. So we think he's an absolutely good fit to come and help us walk out of that old building and run into a new building.
Blythe starts his new job next couple of weeks. He'll be paid a little more than $83,000 a year. ODOT is getting ready to let drivers know about a big traffic project in Perrysburg. They're holding an open house tonight about a new diverging diamond in a busy area. Tim Miller shows us what's happening and the fallout when it begins.
You bite your tongue and be patient. That's about all you can do, you know, because it's really, really busy.
Pam Noyes loves to get her cup of coffee every morning at the French Quarter Square, just down from I-75 and US 23 Fremont Pike, but she doesn't love what it takes to get here.
We're really calm right now because it's, you know, earlier in the morning, but give it lunchtime and everything goes crazy.
The interchange design and increasing traffic here are causing backups several times a day, especially during the holiday shopping rush.
This area has grown so much. Out of all the areas all over District 2, 8 counties in District 2, there hasn't really been a larger growth area than Northern Wood County. And because of that, it's really putting a burden on the infrastructure.
There has also been an increase in crashes and these sometimes confusing left turns to get on 75 north and south. From a feasibility study, ODOT had 3 options to fix it: a partial cloverleaf design, a diverging diamond, and doing no build there.
The cost has been going
District
up.
Deputy Director Pat McCauley says they have chosen the diverging diamond, called a DDI, like the one completed on Route 25 by Levis Commons in 2017. Traffic moving through on I-75 will be maintained, while the DDI will be built under the 75 overpass on Fremont Pike.
DDIs, on average, they increase the capacity by around 15 to 25%, and the throughput by about 10 to 30%, depending on what the design is now and, you know, obviously going to a DDI. So they're more efficient. they're safer.
So the new diverging diamond could reduce crashes and improve traffic flow, but this is not going to be easy for drivers and businesses while the work is being done. ODOT says this will take 2 construction seasons, so almost 2 full years from start to finish.
We have to plan for the future, and this is a logical step to address that concern.
Perrysburg Mayor Tom Mackin fully supports the DDI, but worries about the impacts during construction.
So we're going to have to take steps to try and make sure that people first know what the alternatives are, know where their different choices can be, and then knowing that people maybe from the east side of Perrysburg will go to 795 and use that exchange if they want to go north.
Mackin says they're already talking to businesses that will be affected. ODOT won't shut down I-75 traffic and will try to keep at least 1 lane open on Fremont Pike when they can. Drivers and businesses have time because actual construction won't begin until April of 2027.
There's going to be some pain, but there is with every project we do, and people usually they're looking forward to a project. They hate when it's getting done, and then when we're done, it's like can't imagine it any different.
Anything that's better would make it happier for everybody.
In Perrysburg, Tim Miller, WTOL 11.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer delivered her 2025 State of the State address last night in Michigan, focusing on education, job creation, and bipartisanship as she enters her final 2 years of office. In her final 2 years as governor, Whitmer faces a split legislature after Republicans flipped the State House. She stressed she wants to work with Republicans to get things done. Been a few weeks since Ohio Governor Mike DeWine gave his biennial budget proposal. In that proposal, he said he wants to give middle and low-income families a boost with a $1,000 credit for child care. Now, a new analysis says this plan could generate $740 million in economic benefits for the state each year. Families with children 6 and younger would be eligible, with benefits gradually phasing out for higher earners. To fund the cost of this, the governor proposes raising taxes on tobacco, aiming to both reduce smoking and fund this crucial support. Right now, a check of your unemployment claims around the Buckeye State. More than 6,000 initial unemployment claims filed this week. That's up more than 600 than the week before. As for continued unemployment claims, Ohioans filed for more than 68,000 claims. This is more than 1,000 fewer than the week before. Nationally, unemployment claims are on the rise. CBS News says the number of Americans that filed for unemployment rose to 242,000. The national unemployment rate went down to an even 4%. Chris?
All right, Dan, we're going to be looking at windy weather that's going to roll back into the area for your Friday. So let's set the stage not only for Friday, but the upcoming weekend, first few days into March. Can you believe it? We're just racing through the winter season. And here's how we're going to end the month of February. Warmer and windy. We're going to skyrocket to 55 degrees, but gust of wind, 40 to 45 miles per hour will be common into the afternoon. Saturday, beyond a cold front, it is going to turn much colder. Mixed clouds, some peaks of sunshine down to 34 degrees. It is barely going to make it above freezing. And then into Sunday, brighter skies, sunshine, lighter winds. Now, between the 2 days, I'm going to say Sunday going to be more the pick day of the weekend, right around 35 degrees as we go into the afternoon. We did get some rain showers, rumbles of thunder, reports of some hail and beautiful rainbows across the area. Turned out to be a very active weather afternoon, and that activity is going to be tapering off, moving well east of Toledo. Last of the showers moving out of Erie and Huron County. Cooler and breezy now, down into the lower 40s, and winds gusting up to about 30 miles per hour, and it's only a sign of what's to come. So here's the winds tonight. They're going to lighten up as we go after dark and through daybreak. I've got no issues getting out the door Friday morning. We're going to be close to the lower 30s. Winds out of the southwest gusting about 10 to 20 miles per hour. They pick up pretty sharply, though, by lunchtime. Here's the noon outlook at lunchtime, gusting 30 to 35, and hang on between about noon and 5 p.m. That's going to be the peak of the winds. We're going to peak out around 45 miles per hour as those gusts of wind will stick around through late afternoon and then diminish into the evening hours. So it will be a windy day, but guess what? We get that this time of the year. Warm and windy. Highs are going to jump into the 50s. Winds will gust up to about 45 miles per hour. We'll start right around the lower 30s. Those winds will increase lunchtime into the afternoon, and we jump into the mid-50s. And from the mid-50s Friday, back toward cooler conditions Saturday and Sunday. Mid-30s, back to 44 on Monday. Upper 40s Tuesday. Rain chances late Tuesday into Wednesday. And we could jump into the mid-50s by Wednesday of next week. Dan, send it back over to you.
The outbreak of measles in Texas continues to grow. It's now spread to Mexico and resulted in the death of an unvaccinated child. While there's been no cases here in Ohio, health officials say it's a good time to get the vaccine. The Lucas County Health Department says measles is highly contagious. 2 doses, though, of the vaccine is 97% effective in preventing the spread.
We are before spring break in our whole country. And so actually measles is not in our area right now, but in about 25 days, a lot of people are gonna go on airplanes and they may not get, they may bring measles back to people who even didn't travel.
Vaccines for the measles are offered at the health department, urgent cares, and hospitals. Well, a child dealing with heart issues can be scary, but one Anthony Wayne student isn't letting it stop her from doing what she loves on the court. Andre Norrells brings us the story.
For 13-year-old Maris Williamson, her love comes in the form of diamonds and arches.
I just fell in love with the 2 sports. They're just I just really enjoy them.
To balance 2 sports plus schoolwork takes grit and heart. But her heart?
Sometimes my heart scares me and it will my heart rate will increase.
It was at a basketball practice this season.
30 minutes we are into it and I really felt my heart going. I had to step out and I thought I was having a mini heart attack.
Complications Maris has had since she was just 8 years old. It was first discovered during a routine wellness exam by her pediatrician.
He paused for a long time while he was listening to her heart and said that he noticed that the heartbeat wasn't sounding how he typically expects it to, so he referred us to Dr. Moore.
We're going to go up and we're going to map.
Dr. Jeffrey Moore is a pediatric cardiologist at ProMedica. He diagnosed Maris with supraventricular tachycardia, a type of arrhythmia.
These kids can have an extra electrical pathway either inside of the AV node or outside of the AV node. And what happens is the electrical signal gets stuck in a circle and it causes your heart to go really fast.
Dr. Moore says he sees about 1 kid a week with this diagnosis. It's something that's important to catch early.
If you have an undiagnosed arrhythmia, that could lead to sudden cardiac death. And it's one of the things that we're always concerned about our young athletes.
To try and fix it, doctors will do a procedure called an ablation.
We'll actually map the electrical pathway of the heart, and we'll look for the abnormal electrical connections, and we will usually try to freeze or burn or get rid of the extra electrical pathways, essentially.
Maris has gone through 2 of these, but they haven't gone as well as doctors hoped, so she's going through a 3rd one soon.
We'll put you to sleep, okay?
I'm a little scared, but once I just know that I trust the people that do it and that they have done it for a while.
Right now, she carries an AED with her to practices just in case. But for Maris, heart isn't just about what's beating in your chest.
I'm looking to play softball or basketball in college and be a D1 athlete. So I'm definitely not going to let it stop me from doing the things that I love.
And as we round the end of Heart Month, we wanted to take a moment to recognize all people who have been affected by some form of cardiovascular condition. At today's 21st annual Go Red for Women luncheon in downtown Toledo, one survivor told us they experienced a stroke in 2016. They say their biggest takeaway? To ask for help, know what the warning signs look like, and to know you are not alone.
The identity that I knew back then was changed to what I know now. So I went through counseling, physical therapy, speech therapy, and now I'm at a point where